Has Kyle Busch's 2023 plans been possibly leaked? There's a possibility. Now, of course, on this channel, we have been keeping up to date with anything Kyle Busch related. I know some of y'all hate it. Don't worry, it's coming to an end real soon. Kyle Busch, we know his plans for 2023 have been unannounced, but there have been numerous teams that have been on the cards for where he could go. In the latest interview during the NASCAR Playoff Media Day, he noted that he said that he's not going to put a timeline on it, but time is ticking. And there are a lot of other opportunities and a lot of other dominoes that need to fall. Just talking amongst others, I'm the first one that needs to go. Also, he then said that there are more papers in front of me to sign. Okay, so what are these teams? Well, more than likely, it's not going to be Stewart-Haas Racing with Eric Almirola coming back. And with Cole Custer seeming to return, SHR is off the table. The only spots would be JGR, RCR, Colleague, and maybe 2311 Racing, but it's a small possibility. I could definitely see Kyle Busch going to 23. Maybe if they were to open a third car team, Toyota would help take care of that car, and Busch would drive the 32 car for 2311 for next year, for maybe a 1-year deal. But I want to discuss RCR and Colleague, specifically Colleague. Colleague has always been that team that has been hidden in the background. No one thought of it at first, but now all of a sudden it's a major contender. And I said it that there would be a lot of things that would make sense if Kyle Busch were to move to Colleague. But I want to show this. There is a slightly chance, but I want to show this out. A slight chance that maybe Kyle Busch's plans have been possibly announced. Colleague Racing posted this on their Twitter page. It says Colleague Fan Day. That will be on Wednesday, October 5th. Includes a 5K run, a paint scheme reveal, autograph session, partner booths, vendors, drinks, and a whole party. But you look on the bottom left, 2023 Cup driver announcement. That is very interesting. Very interesting that they would point something like that out. A cup announcement. Now, you could say that could it be possibly a re-signing of Justin Haley? That it's a possibility that could be the case. But to be fair, you wouldn't have that be a headline as part of a major event of yours for a fan day event. You wouldn't have that as a major headline if you're just re-signing Justin Haley. No offense to Justin Haley, but that's not a big storyline if he comes back. Now we know with the 16 car, Noah Gragson, he's going to Petty GMS. AJ Allmendinger's more than likely staying in Xfinity. We haven't heard anything of him moving up to Cup. And Daniel Hemrick, based on how his season's going, I don't see him coming to Cup Series anytime soon. Again, I have this feeling that Kyle Busch, there's numerous circumstances that surround Kyle Busch going to Colleague as the best likely option. Colleague, and I think Chris Rice has stated that they want to have a Truck Series team. Guess what Kyle Busch has? A well-established Truck Series team. And Kyle Busch, being at Colleague, a startup Cup team like Colleague would make sure that Busch stays with them for the long run. Kyle Busch has stated that he does not want to have to deal with this anymore. He doesn't want to go through another contract situation like he has right now. Colleague would definitely give him a long-term deal and make him their number one driver. They look at him as the future of Colleague to help bring the team up to a top contending Cup Series team. There are a lot of factors that go into that. Now, I know the only thing that may put people off from this is the fact that it says October 5th, which is a month away. But then again, I do want to bring up Kyle Busch Motorsports. He talked about his team during his press conference. He said, I would say that the Truck Series option with Kyle Busch Motorsports has probably made the situation 80 to 85% harder than if it was just me. I would have been done by now if it was just me. So basically him saying that if he didn't have KBM, if it was just him, the driver himself, he'd have a deal done by now. But because it's Kyle Busch Motorsports, a lot of things have to be pushed back and it's a much longer process. Here's the thing. If you are staying with Toyota, if you're more than likely going to stay with Toyota, it wouldn't be that difficult of a process because you're going to be staying on the Toyota banner. Things would be run a lot more smoothly if you were just to stay on the Toyota banner. However, if you're planning on going to a Chevy team, if you're planning on becoming a Chevy driver, then of course there's a lot of things that would have to be taken care of with Kyle Busch Motorsports in terms of people who you hire, the engines, just everything about it would have to go from Toyota to Chevy. That could be a possibility. That could be why this contract negotiations is taking so long and why I think that announcement that Colleague put out of a fan day meetup and announcing a driver on October 5th could be Kyle Busch, because with KBM, there's so many things that go into that process. It could take a lot longer for that deal to be done to make sure that not only Kyle Busch is taken care of, but also his race team. Remember, he said that he wants to race with his son, Brexton, in the future after he retires full-time from Cup competition. So yeah, I'm not confirming that this is Kyle Busch. This is going to happen October 5th. He's going to be announced, but I think when you connect the dots, you could lead to a possible conclusion that, hey, this could be when maybe Kyle Busch announced his plans for 2023. I mean, think about it. You headline that you're going to have a Cup announcement for 2023. You headline it and you're going to have a bunch of race fans at your facility. It would make it for a great spectacle, a great party. Kaulig has already said that plans that they want to expand to a truck team. Kyle Busch going there would ensure that he stays there for a long time, since Kaulig is a startup team. They would make sure Kyle Busch stays there to help them become a championship contending team in the future. Kyle Busch outright saying that KBM is making this process 80 to 85% harder and making it much longer than normal. That could give those two a lot of time to make sure they get out all the fine details and make sure they have an announcement done and ready by October 5th. I'm saying that's a possibility, and I think that's the most likely option. Especially when you consider the fact that Kyle Busch has been more relaxed in recent interviews. In the beginning, he was more kind of like his usual self, more like, hey, get it done, like, more of the Kyle Busch that not many fans like. But this Kyle Busch seems more relaxed, more happy, more calm, based off body language, just based off of how he's saying. And he even was joking about numbers, about him having to change his personality because of the whole finding sponsor process. He even joked about how it's maybe 15, 18, 32, 23, even said 3%, which, oh my God, imagine Kyle Busch in the 3 car. There would be no issues with that at all. Everyone would be completely okay with that. Now, Kyle Busch staying under a Toyota banner or staying with Joe Gibbs Racing is still a possibility. Toyota has stated that they're looking at all options to try to keep Kyle Busch in the family. But I think as the weeks go by, those chances are getting slimmer and slimmer. And to be honest, we've heard zero updates with Kyle Busch and Toyota for months now. It's been the same story every single time. There has been no movement with that at all. Compared to other teams, there has been some form of progression. He also mentioned 8 and 16%, which is RCR and Kaulig. Again, I think with RCR, a deal could be done there, but I think when you look at everything that's going on, I'm telling you, Kyle Busch to Kaulig is sounding really, really good. I mean, think about it. Hey, you can even keep KBM, Kaulig Busch Motorsports. It's a perfect fit, I think.